Thank you all for coming. For all of you out-of-towners, my name is Caiaphas. I'm the chief priest in the temple here in Jerusalem. I'm sure you know why we are here. The disciples of Jesus are spreading the story that he rose from the dead. I don't want to admit this, but I'm afraid I'm the one most responsible for this problem. You see, it was I who went to Governor Pilate and asked him to seal the tomb and to put armed guards at the entrance to prevent the disciples from stealing the body. Frankly, it seemed like a good idea at the time. But I see now that I unknowingly played right into the hands of the Christians. I actually strengthened their case for the resurrection. First of all, by posting guards at the tomb, I inadvertently destroyed our own cover story that the disciples went to the wrong tomb to look for the body. Who is going to mistake a tomb with brightly colored sealing wax all around the entrance and half a dozen armed guards on patrol? Posting guards also destroy our other cover story that Jesus was not really dead when they laid him in the tomb. That he woke up from his coma and escaped from the tomb. But, even if a man who had been beaten repeatedly on the head, flogged to near death, and suffocated on the cross for 6 hours would have enough strength to roll away a 2,000-pound rock, the people are asking, how did he get past the guards? That's why I invented the story that the guards fell asleep. But the people didn't buy that story either. Everybody knows that the penalty for falling asleep on guard duty is death. There isn't a single person in Jerusalem who believes that those highly trained Roman guards on duty all fell asleep at once. The fact that the guards are still alive tells everyone that they didn't fall asleep on duty. I saw to it that the guards were transferred out of town. But rumors of the resurrection are more numerous than ever. I see now that our strategy was wrong, all wrong. What we should have done when the body disappeared was resealed the tomb and not let anyone go near it. Then, if we couldn't find the body of Jesus, we should have found another body and put it in the tomb and kept everyone out until the body decomposed. Then paraded the disciples of Jesus by the open tomb and showed them that their precious little Messiah was still dead. But now we are stuck with an empty tomb. Bad idea admitting that the body disappeared. Bad idea. This is all my fault. But that's all behind us now. We can't cry over spilled milk. We have to come up with a new strategy. We need a weapon to use against the more than 500 people who swear they saw Jesus alive. We've tried arresting some of the witnesses and flogging them to get them to stop telling stories about the resurrection. But, oddly enough, every one of them that we had flogged and tortured said they'd rather die than stop talking about it. They said that the resurrection is the foundation for their new religion. Now, listen people, I can see that some of you are softening. Some of you actually think that Jesus rose from the dead. But you, and I know that's preposterous. The only way Jesus could have risen from the dead is if he was God himself. And we know Jesus could not possibly have been God. That's absurd. If Jesus was God, he would have recognized our authority as rabbis and priests. He would have asked us to teach his disciples on the finer points of the law. He would have asked us permission to ride into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday. Don't get me started on Palm Sunday. What a disaster that was. I finally found out what all the shouting was about. I just studied the scriptures and discovered that the reason people were all excited on Palm Sunday was because the true Messiah was predicted to ride into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. But the only one who showed up on Palm Sunday was that troublemaker, Jesus. Well, that brings us back to our problem today. We have to squelch the talk about the resurrection of Jesus. But the question is, how are we going to do that? I have been giving this subject a great deal of thought. And I decided to attack the Christians where they are the most vulnerable. Their new religion rejects the idea that man can reach God by keeping the law. The Christians say that the death of Jesus on the cross was the end of man's striving to save himself. They say that Jesus did all the work for us. But, you see, this argument only works if Jesus is God. And the proof that Jesus was God is that he rose from the dead. Therefore, if we can prove beyond a doubt that Jesus is still dead, Christianity is dead too. So, all we have to do to kill Christianity is to produce the body of Jesus. Now, I know that you have all been looking for the body, since the guards reported it missing. Raise your hand if you found the body. Come on, people. One little body is all it will take to put an end to Christianity. Surely, somebody has seen the body by now. Oh, no. I was sure somebody would have found it by now. Well, it's back to the drawing boards. I'll let you know if I come up with another strategy. Thank you all for coming. Based on a play by Bob Snook. Conditions for use: do not sell any part of this script, even if you rewrite it. Pay no royalties, even if you make money from performances. You may reproduce and distribute this script freely, but all copies must contain this copyright statement.